Yeah.
Wake up, the sun is shining bright. Got that good vibe feeling, feels so right. Life's a garden growing tall. Gonna share the love, spread it all. Dancing with the morning light. Every moment takes me higher in flight. Peace and joy is what we seek. With every heartbeat, love we speak. Feel the rhythm in your soul. Let the good times take control. Together we can conquer all. With love and laughter we'll stand tall. Smiles and music fill the air. In this moment, nothing compares. Whoa, whoa.
Hello, guys. Am I loud and clear? Am I laudable? Just say something and let's see how it's going.
You're clear.
Wow. Thank you guys for joining the show. Well, we're still few and let's hope some people will join along the line. And if they do, then we will have to keep rehearsing on today's topic. So I'll start welcoming you guys to the show today. And today is 8th of June, 2025. And the local time here is 17:36 European Central Time. And my name is Victoria, as usual. And remember, this is just a reaction video. So thank you all for joining the show. Picture Thinker, I can see you in the house. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you, Sonia Adventures as well. You can also see Island Girl. Welcome to the show. And the Commons Mom, Louisiana. Hey, long time. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you very much. Yes. So today, well, without wasting time, we will go ahead and we discussed a little bit about Aaron Dante in the Philippines. So it looks like Aaron Dante has finally, found someone there. Though his first wife also came from that region in which we had they were probably no more together. But this looks like a different face from the face that I had seen before in some previous content. But it's okay. It's not who is on board right now. It's what he can do for humanity. Because today's episode, he has this content out today. He's been in the Philippines. We know that very well. And we also see that he was able to, link up with even a Burundi Traveler. So Burundi Traveler is there as well. And they were able to, do some few things together in the name of charity. But I noticed one big commitment that he made out there, that as long as he lives, that he will continue to help that community. That's a very, very huge and heavy commitment. So, but we don't know how far, because sometimes people can just say things based on what they are, the environment in which they find themselves. It is also a good thing to give to the less privileged, to also help. And this is what I saw there. And it goes back to Grandma Lola's place, because Grandma Lola's place is now a place of interest And probably it brings him back to how it all started. And he also acknowledged that two people from Kenya, that is D and Moringo, placed him in that area. And it's also discovered that these people are really in need. That you have to climb the bridge, walk like 10 kilometers up the hills to be able to locate them. So I can see that there was a little bit of a festa in the village, and he could distribute some few things to the people in the village. The children, I mean, especially children going back to school bags, lots of bags, stocked in with things, probably things for school, So we saw all that in that video, and that video was extremely touching. Well, I can imagine, because when you go to a volatile region, a place where the need, it's really felt. I mean, you see it from your eyes as, a first-hand person, instead of somebody sending you the video. Then at that point, sometimes, well, if you have the ability to do that, then you can promise anything. Well, I think with him, it shouldn't be a problem. He should have a good pension at this age. Should have a good pension, and we see that his aim now is just to go around and see what he can do and promote his DPX. And that DPX, I've forgotten the name. I think you mentioned something, he interpreted what the meaning for that DPX is, and the children were singing that name, DPX, DPX, DPX. Well, it has to do with charity. It has to do with giving back to the society, giving back to the needy, because it wouldn't cost much, because in regions like that, a little can go a long way, can change somebody's life, can take a child to school, give them just a sleeping place. They don't need much, because they are not really in the center, in the city. They're a little bit in the outskirts. And with that, living in nature and all that, so they have all this. So, but anyway, guys, let me take you back to some few clips that I have here, so that you guys can see things on the first hand. And this lady, I think it should be his new love. They love it.
Guys, I have to introduce myself right here. This is Goid J. Okay, and hopefully you see me. I'm not yet changed. Okay, so this is Goid J. Now I'm with Alan Dante. I'm very happy. Actually, this is out from his support, because I don't know if I will go this place where I'm going. I don't know even the name yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I even knew the name of this place where we have slept, guys. Guys, show him some love in case you are from my channel, and make sure you see where we are going and what we are going to do for you, because it's gonna be crazy adventure, great adventure, and we'll be filming every moment.
Sorry, this very clip was with Burundi Traveler. So I'm going to still bring out other ones, because I have other ones that, show much about what that they did together while in that place. So let me play on this very one.
That's what this video is about. But before I start the video, I want to give my props out to two Kenyan creators, big creators, D Mongo and Ayamara. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be seeing me right now. But D spent...
Okay, this was when he said that these two people introduced him into what he's doing right now, because by then he was like a sponsor, though he had connection through his wife from the Philippines. And they happened to see somebody walking in that region, and the project was then initiated, and most of the funds were through him. So now I'll take out this, and I'll play something else.
This is like Christmas. This is like Christmas. Look at this. They just love it. dancing. This is the greatest thing. It's worth that 30-minute walk up here in the mountains. It's fantastic. John,
Hey,
just like
fire,
when the kids,
fire,
man. Fire.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so family, this right here, we have school uniforms for 160 kids. What, second, third graders? First, second, and third graders, and then we have a bunch of school supplies that we're going to hand out to all the kids in the village, and then we're doing a little luncheon for everybody, you know. And these kids appreciate everything. We got the families out here. It's just a great time. I'm going to support these guys for as long as I live. Seriously, that's just how much that I love and appreciate. Now we're going to give out all the school uniforms and the school supplies for the first, second, and third graders.
Well, that was a huge commitment. That was a huge commitment when he said, I'm going to help these guys as long as I live. It was an extremely huge commitment. And, well, I felt a little bit of, what can I say, emotional about it, because you hardly have people that really wants to go to that length to say they feel, as long as he lives, that he was going to help them, because this is everything firsthand, that they are really people in need, extremely, that people in need, and it's possible the government will forget about people like that living in jungles with almost nothing. So to have a foreigner, to have somebody coming over there to be able to help and even promise and said, as long as I live, he's going to do that. Well, it wouldn't cost him much. He has his pension should be enough to cover this, this sort of help on a yearly basis. The important thing is that, sending those kids to school, which is very important, because with that, they are the future. They will be the future of that community. At least some families have children that are extremely bright. There's some very, very poor areas, regions in which they have children that are extremely intelligent. But when they don't have somebody to sponsor them, give them that small sponsorship to school, to take them to school, then everything goes behind. Everything goes behind development, everything, and that sort of a thing. So it's always good to have somebody like that sticking out his neck and wanting to help. I'm glad it did happen. Hello, Chemicals. Welcome to the house. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you. Kelabu. Thank you, Kelabu. Thank you. Kelabu, I think you're from the Philippines. Welcome. Today we're talking about the Philippine. Yes, we're talking about Philippine. Yeah, you see Philippine there for you, and a lot of help from America. Somebody's out there from California helping your people out. So that's what it is. So let me see the other clip that I still had, because now you guys, you notice Burundi Traveler is there. I hope this wouldn't bring problem again between him and his boss, if they're still together, if he's still his boss, because this was exactly what happened when they went to Ghana to visit Wodemaya. We saw the aftermath. And since that time, nothing has been good enough with them. The relationship with even Cloud Joseph till now, everything got broken. So this time when I saw him this morning, I knew Burundi Traveler was already touring that region. So, but I didn't know that it was going to catch up with Aaron Dante. But now that everything is in public, except Aaron Dante would have informed Moringo, look, I have Burundi Traveler here and I want him on my tour. And that's it. then there wouldn't be a fight. But anyway, depending on what sort of relationship they still have up till now, because I believe from that episode of Wodemaya, meeting Wodemaya in Ghana, from that period, I believe that they never really had they were never able to recover that relationship anymore, both of them, him and Cloud Joseph. But all the same, life has to go on, because they are still young people. They are very young. They need to find their own pathway in life. They need to, open doors, knock doors, open doors that can bring something new to their life, to their growth. So that's what I see here. Yes. So let me see the other video, because did you guys see the beautiful lady there? Because they were both smiling. So I felt there's something there. Probably his new love, but I'm not too sure. But let me add this to stage if he's still there.
What BPX is. So that's it. Now we got to walk down that hill, but we're going to do it. John, thank you. Thank you again.
One love.
For everything. Behind the camera. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shooting everything. And love you guys. And I will see you when I see you. Actually, make sure you travel with a purpose.
Okay, that was the end with Burundi Traveler. Let me see that his new love, the new girl, because the way they were smiling, it felt like there was something. There was something between them. So for me, probably it's a new love. So once you get in there, to get out, it will always be a problem. So probably that's why he really chose that region. That's why he chose there. But anyway, he has children from there, so his mind will always be there. Come on, where is this video? Supposed to have added that before. Where is that young lady? Oh, okay, this was the young lady. Yes. Yeah, that's the new girl, I think. That's the new girl. What do you guys think? So I think the money is out of the picture completely. If this is the new girl, then the money is out of the picture. BT is doing his own this. He don't need the Matua umbrella. Yes, that is true. He doesn't need them. He's doing his own thing. He's moving. Even Cloud Joseph, we don't even see Cloud Joseph in the picture there anymore. Two of them. But that was the breaking point, the turning point from when they went to Ghana. And from there, it was a time for them to kickstart. And from there, the roots, the branches of people exiting, left, right, center. So I think this is the new law because, well, I didn't play that part of the video because you see the way they were smiling, then there must be something in the air. Love in the air. It could be the new love now in Philippine. So for now, we just have to forget about the money is no more in the picture. She's no more in the picture. She can't be in the picture anymore. So that's what I see there. But it was a nice encounter. A real nice encounter. I like what I see there. I think they're doing very well. Let's see. I wanted to play this other one for you guys. Now there's a lot of first time the village there and no. Yeah.
This is my Christmas. This is my Christmas. Look at this. They just love it. Dancing. This is the greatest thing. It's worth that 30-minute walk up here in the mountains. It's fantastic. John, just like
fire,
the kids, man. Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so family, this right here, we have school uniforms for 160 kids. what, second, third graders? First, second, and third graders. And then we have a bunch of school supplies that we're going to hand out to all the kids in the village. And then we're doing a little luncheon for everybody, you know. And these kids appreciate everything. We got the families out here. It's just a great time. I'm going to support these guys for as long as I live. Seriously, that's just how much that I love and appreciate. So now we're going to give out all the school uniforms and the school supplies for the first, second, and third graders.
Wow. He said he was going to support these kids for as long as he lives. And this, all the school bags they prepared with all the stuffs inside was for about 160 children. So that's a huge commitment. That's a lot. That's a lot. It tells a lot. And I think they will be very happy that something like this, can come near them, at least to help them go to school. That's something to set them up the school path so that they shouldn't be drop out because they cannot afford even a school uniforms, because sometimes in schools, in areas like that, school uniform is compulsory. School uniform is compulsory. Sometimes they have to make their own benches, their own small, tables. They carry it on their head to the school, and they leave it there and they sit down, and maybe after the end of the term, before they take it back to their homes. But the school uniform is always compulsory for any child to start school. So, and that's what one of the things he's been able to provide for them, maybe with shoes and all that, all inside the bag. 160 children. So that's a lot. So you can imagine most of those kids that would have stayed behind without going to school, with no sponsor. Then what will their future look like? How will their future look like? Then they'll end up going to clean for people, going to work as farmers. They won't be able to harness the opportunity in which exists in the system, in the country in which they live in. So this is one part of the humanity that this guy has been able to, go into. Aaron Dante. So on this very one, I cannot fault him. It's something good, at least from what we see, is doing something good. It's for humanity, is to uplift the vulnerable and send children back to school. That's the primary goal. And as long as he continues to say, as long as I live, I will assist these kids. So on that note, I'm just extremely happy for him. So guys, well, we have finished on that part. And now then maybe we delve in a little bit into what's happening in the village. This new villa of Mama Mats. And having Moringo as a foreman. Why wasn't Moringo the foreman to the brother? Why to the sister? Because the brother knows him very well. And I'm very sure Lady J wouldn't have allowed it, because this guy doesn't go anywhere that he wouldn't have anything to gain from. He goes to anywhere that he can gain. He can make a little gain. And with the pretext, he's going to do this. We're going to do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. But with Lady J, it would have been almost impossible, because before he opened his one eye, Lady J would have said, hey, I can see where your eye is traveling to, not here. But probably with the sister. But the sister too, at least she's been in a project like what she did in the Philippines, in Mama Lola's, Grandma Lola's house. At least she followed up until the end. So she should have a little bit of knowledge of how to manage a situation, apart from the workers, sourcing for the workers. Because sourcing for the workers at home, if the brother has to do it, and she gives the brother money to pay them, he's never going to pay them. So the job will be half and cook job. At the end, the quality will not be there. At the end, it will look like his own, that every day they're breaking here, breaking there, breaking here, and breaking there, because he had opted for cheap labor. And cheap labor, you can never get anything good out of cheap labor. You will continue breaking down, rebuilding, breaking and rebuilding. And at the end of the day, you don't have the quality house that you were looking for. The structure, the structural design from outside, from the pictures that people see, it looks beautiful. But inside, the quality inside is not what you really bargain for. So I see that this problem is going to happen, whether they like it or not. It's going to happen. It's going to repeat if the foreman has to be the brother. I think she said she was going to sponsor everything on her own, everything. And the brother said, yeah, if you have cement, bring. If you have this, donate. If you have this, donate. Okay. Right. So when you start on that note, then there's something wrong already. Because she's supposed to be able to manage her project. But they hand it over to this one, it's going to be a problem. The quality will be low because it's not ready to pay. It's not going to pay. And we also heard the guys that came to work for the kitchen, how he said, I will allow him to come back and work and work and work, and I will not pay him. But I tried to imagine whether that was a that was really his voice, or somebody in his mind who said that even when you haven't started working, and he will pay upfront, because he can never pay upfront. It's impossible. He doesn't pay upfront. He never pays upfront. So what could have happened there? So, well, that apart, guys. So we leave that side apart. And we also have to talk about this Matiko. This Matiko, we have to talk about Matiko. How come Matiko was abandoned? Why was Matiko abandoned by Lady J? What really happened that he had to take him there? He took him there and he abandoned him as well there. What really happened? That's what that is a little bit confusing, because it's not possible. You're taking somebody to sign the person into a mental facility, a mental hospital. I know in Africa it is difficult to have this what do you call it, rehabilitation center. And in most countries, whereby it's something that they can't handle, because they all term it like a madness. They send the people to a mental hospital. And what you get there is a treatment for people that are really out of their brain. Yeah, and not to disintoxicate the person. But they give them something suppressive. That's what I learned. Just to suppress the craziness. But he wasn't really crazy. It's just that he was addicted to his concussion drink. So what happened that this guy abandoned him? That's what I don't know. Why did he abandon him in the hospital? That's what I still can't understand. Why he did that to him, abandon him in the hospital, take him there, and it had to be somebody else that had to go and bring him back. So it's a whole lot of situation here, but I just wish that he will get back to his feet now that he's back in the village, and he will slow down on the drinking, or stop drinking completely, and find a new pathway, to sustain his life. That's what I'm looking forward to see from him. So that apart, now we'll be closing up now, because today I didn't want to really stress too much on this. So we'll be closing up now with Roro. Roro sits in England. I'm wondering, what about this Janet Harris and the small, what do you call it, Smalley, Madam Smalley? Why couldn't they host her in their houses? Because these are diehard followers. Why couldn't they host her in their homes? And instead, another person that we never even knew of, choose to lodge her in that hotel. That hotel is expensive. I've Googled it. It's 175 pounds selling a night, plus the breakfast, buffet breakfast. So with the buffet breakfast, you can get up to 200 pounds a night. And how many nights is he going to stay there? That's the thing. How many nights is he going to stay? Is she going to stay there? How many nights can she afford to run? Maybe 200. That's it. In 5 days, that's like 1,000, or 4 days, 5 days is like 1,000 pounds sterling. So at whose expense is this money? Because they could have been able to house her in their homes, or don't they have good homes, or they don't want people to see how they live? Because there are some people that live like that. You don't know how they live, and off the internet they come making mouths, talking, and they don't want you to see the other part of their life. So probably that's why they all stayed back. But this lady was so kind from, is it Equatorial Guinea? I think from Equatorial Guinea. She could come out. She could help her. You know, she was just too kind, too kind. And this is even an unknown faces, because it's supposed to have been the other way around. The hardcore loyalists, those ones, they all run away. We didn't hear them say, let's meet, or in the airport, I'm coming to pick you up in the airport. Island girl, welcome back. We didn't see any of them, you know, saying, oh, I'm coming to help you out, or I'm coming to visit you, I'm going to pick you in the airport, I want to take you out for lunch, for dinner. We haven't seen anything like that. So that means this friendship is only about keyboard, tap, 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 abusing everybody. Abusing everybody. You wouldn't even say one, they'll hit on you. You said it, they'll hit on you. Now, madam, boss, madam, what do you call boss Rocio? Rocio, ma'am, is there. I was expecting to see all of them come out one by one from the airport to pick her. Take her for dinner, take her for lunch, drive her around, come, I drive you around, you make your videos, but I see her struggling with a child in her chest. And that child by now is supposed to be going on a baby stroller. A baby tied straight into her chest. That can compress the chest of the baby too. And the baby is almost, is it 6 months old now? He needs his own space. He needs his space. Because with a baby stroller, he can turn, he can feel free, open his legs, but this one compacted on her chest. And for how long? Man, this lady is something else. It's something else. I don't know whether there's nobody to advise her. There are many people, many mothers that travel with kids like that. The baby stroller is always very important, very handy. You have to take it, place your baby there, and move. If you're climbing the steps, you carry the baby on it too, with it too, you carry it up. You have your Zynet back behind you to put things, or under that baby's stroller, there's always a space that you can put your things inside, put the baby's drink and everything inside. So that's what many people do, but this is just something else. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll see. She's talking about a meeting tomorrow, that probably tomorrow they will meet tomorrow. She wants them to meet tomorrow, but in this Camden. Camden is just a small part of London. It's not really the center of London. It's one small part, mostly habited by foreigners. So I've seen her own London. She still needs to get up to Trafalgar Square. She still needs to get to Buckingham Palace, the area, Mayfair area, and all those areas. Those are the real London, the South Reaches area and all that. But so far, right now, she's still in Camden. It's just like a small part of London. So guys, well, I don't intend to take you guys' time. It was just a short video, and we see where we go from here. So thank you guys for joining the show. And for those that were not able to join, you can always watch the video at your own space. It's not a long video. Europe next. Yeah, Europe next. Let her come next to Europe. We are here. Just like going to one part of I don't know. Camden Town. Oh my God. Well, there's nothing we wouldn't see in YouTube streets. All the diehard followers, we don't see them. They don't invite her out. They don't pick her at the airport. Invite for lunch or dinner. So what is it? Then there's something wrong. Then there are people playing a crookie, just on the online, and the crookie, they're fighting everybody. Now the madam is there. Take her out. And you're not taking her out. How come? Then there's something wrong. So guys, on that note, please take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again in the next episode. Thank you for joining the show. Bye-bye. Yep. Signing out and stream. Yes. I end the stream now.